What the hell just happened? I cannot believe what my eyes just saw, although I have no choice, evidently, but to accept it because it actually happened. This was the wildest Vikings victory since 33 nothing. The first half, the Vikings put up 80 whole ass yards. They looked like they had no interest in playing the sport of football. JJ McCarthy looked like a sad puppy. The offensive line looked like garbage. They couldn't get pressure on Caleb Williams, although the defense did okay enough to keep Chicago at 10 points by the half. And then after the third quarter, the Bears were up 17-6 after a JJ McCarthy interception returned for a touchdown. So it actually goes beyond the first half. The first three quarters, this Vikings team looked like they felt sorry for themselves, that they weren't interested in playing this game, that they wanted no parts of the Chicago Bears. And I'm like, are you kidding me? All the investments, all the time spent practicing, training camp, mini camp, OTAs, team meetings, positional meetings, everything you did these last, 7 months, 8 months since the playoffs, everything you've done since then led up to this. This is what you have to show for all of this? That's unacceptable. And something happened. The fourth quarter happened, where the Vikings proceeded to score 3 straight touchdowns on 3 straight possessions. There was a point in time, I want to say it was after the touchdown pass to Justin Jefferson. There was a point in time where JJ McCarthy went from looking sad to feeling confident. You could see it in his face. I said this on the live stream. There's something about you can have all the skill that you want, but if you don't have the confidence within yourself to do what it is that you need to do, all that skill and talent doesn't even matter. JJ McCarthy has always had the skill and the talent, but in the first 3 quarters, it looked like he didn't even know that he had the skill and the talent. But then in the fourth quarter, down 17-6, 3 straight possessions, 3 straight touchdowns, this man started to feel himself. He was fired the F up. And from that point in time, you couldn't tell him a damn thing because now he had the confidence. He knew that he belonged on the same stage, on the same field as everybody else out there. And boy, he tore it up. A touchdown pass to Justin Jefferson, a touchdown pass to Aaron Jones, a rushing touchdown by JJ McCarthy himself. And suddenly, you go from being down 17-6 to being up 27-17, a 10-point lead. Again, all in the fourth quarter. And now that JJ knows that he can make plays like that, and I guess he always knew he could make plays like that, but at this level, this was his first regular season game. Now that he knows that, moving forward, he's going to get better and better. Because I just think it was a confidence issue specifically with him. But there's no question about his confidence moving forward. That's on the road, hostile environment against a good defense. Man, please, he is ready to be the franchise quarterback for this team, to pull this win off. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And man, let's talk about some other players too that stood out. Jordan Mason. Man, I want this dude to be the RB1 as far as the runner between the tackles or running outside the edge. Jordan Mason needs to be that guy. He averaged, at 1.5 yards per carry in that game, ended up averaging 4.5 yards per carry in that game. Aaron Jones, I think he would be a really nice RB2, especially as a pass catcher. The offensive line started off bad. In fact, for the most part, through the first 3 quarters, it was horrible. But in the fourth quarter, during the comeback, 3 straight touchdown possessions, the offensive line They did their thing. Hopefully, they can continue that level of play from this fourth quarter tonight moving forward the rest of the season. The defense, specifically the defensive line to start the game, couldn't get any sort of pressure on Caleb Williams, or they could get pressure, but they couldn't close out on the plays, finishing the plays, getting sacks. But man, I tell you what, the defense, they fought their asses off, and to hold them to 10 points in the first half, and the only reason they even scored 17 through the first three quarters is because of the JJ McCarthy pick six. And that's another thing, too. That's another thing. Everything went wrong for this guy. Whereas, yeah, you're not making plays, you're throwing it to no man's land half the time, and you threw a pick six. There's no way that anybody should be able to recover from that. And JJ McCarthy did. For this defense to hold Chicago to 10 points in the half and ultimately being down 17-6 through the first three quarters, and to make that comeback where everything just came together. All of a sudden, you can sack Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, he got sacked twice for 12 yards. That's amazing. To come back from that deficit, scoring 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter is insane. Let's give some shout outs to other players out there. Talked about Jordan Mason. I want him to be the RB1. He is that guy. Adam Thielen, he's going to get more involved. He got one target today for 0 catches total. That is going to change. Hey, that second half pass rush was something. Javon Hargrave with 2 sacks, 2 tackles for losses, a quarterback hit, special teams, Eric Wilson, Miles Price, Ty Chandler, Will Reichert. Y'all are some dogs. Ty Chandler specifically. It was about, I want to say 2 minutes, 2 seconds left in the game. And Chicago just scored a touchdown and they kicked the ball off. Now, it was in the end zone. It was deep enough in the end zone to where normally you would just say, all right, I'll take the touchback. But Ty Chandler was smart enough, and I think I saw it through his facial expression mid-play after catching the ball in the end zone. Wait a minute. Let me run this ish onto the field of play so we run those 2 seconds off. And then when the play is over, the 2-minute warning is ours. That's to our benefit before we even start our drive. So Chicago, they were left with just a timeout with under 2 minutes left to go, instead of a timeout and the 2-minute warning had Ty Chandler taken that touchback. Excellent usage of football IQ. And for everything to gel together the way that it did in the fourth quarter. This goes beyond, well, you know what? Finally, we got some things in our favor and we can use that going into week 2. No, not only can you use this going into week 2, you also use this to ultimately get the victory in week 1. That is crazy. I'm proud of this team. I was pissed off with this team the first 3 quarters, but the way you handled that fourth quarter, sensational. This video is brought to you by Sleeper. New customers get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Use the promo code RANDY. The entire link will be provided in the description. Vikings win. Vikings 1-0. Hell yeah. What else is there to it? Let's go.